Okay. This is not your answer. You need parentheses. No está la respuesta, necesita paréntesis. ¿Quieres una X y una Y? Okay, so I want an X and a Y. I'm going to put the 10 in for the X space because it's an X equals. Okay, la 10 igual X está en la X. Okay, so then I have to go and I have to plug that 10 in to get my Y. So I'm going to take that 10 and I'm going to move it into here. I'm picking that first equation. I'm going to rewrite it. Okay. Quiere usar la primera ecuación porque es más fácil, porque la X está sola. Okay. Poner 10 en la X y bajando. So I'm going to put the 10 in for the X and I'm going to bring everything else down. So now I need to cancel the 10 and move it to the other side. Cancelo la 10 y mueve a la otro lado. When I do that, I bring down the negative 1y and I get 1. Okay. I want to cancel the 10 before I cancel that 1y because the 10 is farther away from the y. Okay, so it's easier to move. Just like a friend that's a little less close to you is easier to get you away from than your best friend. Okay, la 10 está más lejos de la y. Okay, es fácil a mover un número más lejos. Okay, so la y no está sola. La y con una negativo. Cuando con una negativo necesite dividir o cambiar todos los signos. So, negativo igual positivo y positivo igual negativo. Okay, so I had a negative 1y. I need to divide by negative 1 both sides, or I just change all of the sides. So I get a positive y instead of a negative y, and I get a negative 1 instead of a positive 1. This is my last part of my answer, is la última parte de mi respuesta, and I need to plug that in. So I plug that in right here. The y goes with the y. The x goes with the x. Okay, and that's my answer because it's a point. So I'm still going. En esta ecuación, en este sistema, las 6 igual las 6 y son opuestos. Okay, so the 6's are equal to the 6's on the x's, and they're opposites, so they cancel. Okay, son cancelo. 5 plus 4 equals 9, y, which is equal to 1 minus 10, which gives me negative 9. Okay, the y is not alone. La y no está sola. So I need to get the y alone by dividing. So divido 9, divido 9. Y equals negative 1. This is not my answer. No está mi respuesta. It needs to be in point form. It needs to have the parentheses. Okay? In order to get my final answer, I need to go and plug that negative 1 in for y. Okay? You can choose to plug it into the first equation, just because you like plugging into the first. I'm going to plug into the second because I think it's easier because it's not negative. La segunda ecuación está más fácil porque no está un negativo en la X. Okay. So, the y goes away and the y becomes a -1. And I bring down all of the rest of it. So, poner la -1 en la y bajando. What happened? Hang on. I'm stuck. I've stopped mirroring. Okay. So, poner la -1 en la y bajando. Now I need to solve. So I need to multiply that 4 times -1. I get -4 equals -10, 6x. I'm going to move the -4 first because it's farther away. It's easier to do. I get 6x equals -6. I'm going to divide by 6 on both sides, and I get x equals -1. The x goes into this first part. The y goes into the second part. And I'm done. It's in point form. Okay. So, I want you to do 5 on your own. Your hint is that these are going to cancel once I make all of them positive. Okay? I'm going to do 6 with you. La y es mismo de la y. Okay? Tiene uno, tiene uno. So the y is equal to the y. I have one y, I have one y. But my signs don't match. So you saw in my last problem how I really quickly just changed those all into positives. Okay? You didn't know why. But here I'm going to tell you why. They don't match. So no está mismos. They match, but they're not opposites. Like I can't cancel them. So está mismos, pero no está mismos y opuesto. So I need to change that. And when I do, I need to make this a positive, this a negative, and that a positive. Okay? Necesita cambiar los signos. So, este es positivo, este es negativo, este es positivo. When I do that, 8 plus 3 makes 11x. 1 minus 1 makes a cancel, cancelo. I bring down the equal sign. I have -16 plus 5. This creates like a subtraction sort of thing where I get 11, but the negative was bigger, so I get -11. From here, you can solve. You can do it. So I'm going to leave it for you. Number 7 is the same. I need to go through and I need to change all of those signs. And when I do that, I get a negative there and I get a positive here. And you can do it, you can cancel, and you can solve. Okay, si se puedes. Right here, same thing. I see matches, but I don't see opposites. So I need to go change this to negative, a negative, and a negative. Then it cancels, and then I keep going. Okay? Here is where it gets different. Here's where it gets really difficult. So, la X's no está mismos. La Y's no está mismos. Quiere la Y's mismos, quiere la X's mismos. One or the other has to happen. So I want one of those to be the same. The 5 doesn't match the 10. The 1 doesn't match the -7. I need one of them the same. For me, I see a 10 matching a 10 as the easiest way to go. So how do I make this 5 a 10? Okay, so I need to go through and I need to multiply the 5 by 2 to make it a 10. But if I do that, I need to multiply it to everything. And this is something that you haven't really seen before. You haven't seen me put parentheses on both sides. But it's going to go to every single thing. Okay? So 2 times 5 makes 10, x. 2 times y makes 2, y. 2 times 9 makes 18 equals. And I still have a problem. My problem still is that they're not opposites. So now I'm going to make sure that I multiplied by a negative and change all of my signs. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to cancel. I'm going to get negative 9y equals negative 36. And from here, you can do it. I promise you, you can. Okay. So, here. The x's don't match. The y's don't match. I need them to match. Okay? Los números enfrente de las x's no están mismos. Y los números enfrente de las y's no están mismos. Okay? Necesita los números mismos. Quiere las x's mismos. Necesita una 4. Quiere una 4 aquí. Necesita multiplicar de 4. Okay, so I need to multiply by 4 to make those the same. I need to do that to everything. Okay, necesita multiplicar a todos. A dos lados, a todos. When I do that, I get 4x minus 12y equals negative 24. And right now, it's difficult for me to do that combinations because there's crap in between. Okay, see that crap? That's all crap. All of that, don't care about it anymore. So I'm going to go and I'm going to rewrite everything. I know it's annoying, but I'm going to just bring it down here so it's a little bit easier for me to do my math. Okay. Es difícil sumar esta ecuación con esta ecuación. Quiere que bajando y escribe. When I do that, now I can cancel. Cancelo. I get negative 12 plus 9. This makes negative 3y equals negative 24 plus 9. This one I can't do in my head either. Okay? So you're going to grab a calculator. You're going to count on your fingers. You're going to do something. And I'm going to get 15 here. And it's going to be negative because the negative was bigger. Quiere la y sola. So I want the y alone. So I'm going to divide by 3, negative. I'm going to divide by 3, negative. I get y equals 5. This is not your answer. You need to keep going. You need to go and plug in and find your x, and you get that in parentheses. Okay? In this problem, what's a little weird is that the thing that you changed is the easiest one to plug it into. You can use either equation, but I want to use this one. Okay? En esta ecuación, la ecuación que cross out, that you got rid of, es la fácil. Quiere que escribe y solver. Okay, so I want to rewrite it and I want to solve it. So when I do that, I'm going to take that 5 and I'm going to plug it in for the y. So I'm going to go and get x minus 3. I put parentheses always and a 5. These parentheses now mean that I'm going to multiply. Okay, so I get negative 15 equals negative 6. I want the x by itself. The reason I chose that equation was because este x está sola. Okay, so I chose that one because that x was alone, whereas this x had a 5 or a 4 attached to it. So I need to add to both sides. When I do that, I get x equals 9. Make sure you're writing it in the right order. Even though I solved for the y first, the x gets written first, the y gets written second. Okay? Este es la primera parte de mi punto. Y este es la segunda. Okay. So, I've reached 15 minutes of video, 15 minutes of video. I told you you should have done these ones on your own. So I'm assuming that's going to take you about 30 minutes because it took me about 30 minutes to do 4 problems. So, I guess I did 6 problems. So I want you to go ahead. I want you to do that. Your homework is to get all the way number 1 through number 10. Su tarea es número 1 a número 10. Okay? Parar at número 10.